good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is that you are tuning in. This is Unapologetically Me, and I am back with part 4 of this video of Aiden, Fucci, and the Tristyn Bailey case. Now, I am getting desperate to get the rest of this information out to you guys. I'm exhausted, and I really want to get this out because there are so many other cases that I started covering that now a lot of new information is popping up, and I just want to get it all out to you guys. So we need to wrap this one up so that we can move on. So I apologize for breaking it up. I did explain that I just really want all the information out there. My whole point is so that you don't have to go looking or finding, that I give it all to you. So here we go. We're gonna move on. So I left you guys in the last video with the knife being found in that retention pond, and that it being confirmed by Aiden's friend Trey that it looked to be 100% from what he could say that it was Aiden's knife. So the community, after hearing about the manner that Tristyn was killed, they were outraged. Understandably, they wanted justice, and when finding out that Aiden was only given or being charged with second-degree murder, they were really upset. Understandably, but you have to understand that was great. Not this again. Okay. That charge was given before the autopsy results came out. So he hadn't been charged yet with first degree because the autopsy hadn't come out yet. And State's Attorney R.J. Laritza did try to calm them down by saying this is an evolving case. We are still learning things, and the charges will definitely be upgraded if found necessary. And they were. So May 27th, 2021, Aiden Fucci was formally charged with first-degree premeditated murder. It was also decided that he would be tried as an adult based off of all the evidence, especially the autopsy did definitely not sway them in any way that he does not deserve this. There was also a petition, which at the time had over 200,000 signatures. As of today, it has over 700,000 signatures from the public stating, and worldwide, that they wanted Aiden Fucci charged as an adult. So a grand jury made the decision to do this. He was formally charged May 27th of 2021 with first-degree premeditated murder, and to be charged as an adult. His lawyer, Anwar Snobber, goes by Andy. He actually withdrew as Aiden's attorney at this point. Not sure why. It could be because he only represented him if he were juvenile. It could be he was the case was more than what he expected. Whatever the reason was, he formally withdrew, and the judge granted that. So now, who's going to represent Aiden Fucci? Well, the taxpayers, because even though Crystal Smith, Aiden's mother, lived in a $500,000 home in a well-off neighborhood, she was found indigent. And even though his father, Jason Fucci, who owns his own company, he was found indigent as well. Now, I understand Crystal. That home is not in her name. That is the person that she is with. That's his home. So he's probably obviously the one with the money. It's not his problem to figure out what to do with her son. So I can get her indigent status. The father, I guess, whatever. I can understand this as well. Because your son's charged with first-degree premeditated murder and a horrible, brutal murder of a girl, a 13-year-old little girl. I'm not sure what he does, if it's construction or whatever. I do know the business, but I'm not sure exactly what he does. But he was saying that he's not getting any more business because of this, and I can get that. Nobody wants to support someone who has a son who just did such a horrible crime. And so I understand that. So he's losing money on that. He also has 3 dependents at his home that need to make sure that they are taken care of. So I understand it. It's just very unfortunate because, like I said, this is now the taxpayers' problem. And taxpayers such as the Bailey family themselves. And then not only that, but he was awarded a team of defense attorneys, and the spokesperson for that team said in a statement, it would be a privilege to represent Mr. Aiden Fucci.
Aiden Fucci, the teenage murder suspect, was not in the Zoom court hearing, but his parents were. First item of business, Anwar Snober, the private attorney who represented Fucci in his first appearance last week, was in court Thursday, officially asking to be taken off the case.
And I'll grant your motion to withdraw at this time, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
The second item of business, Fucci's parents and their finances. They both asked the judge to be declared indigent. That means they cannot afford an attorney for their son, Aiden. And with this murder case, the legal fees are expected to be hefty. A little background here. Fucci's parents are not married. The teenager lives with his mother and her partner in the high-end Durbin Crossing neighborhood. But state statute says property is not considered when qualifying for indigency. And Thursday, the judge wanted to know more about Fucci's father's finances.
And are you employed?
Yes, ma'am. I'm self-employed, but since this, the company has took a downward fall.
Okay, so that your company is just your only source of income?
Yes, ma'am.
Both of Fucci's parents were then deemed indigent, and because of that, the judge appointed the public defender's office to represent the 14-year-old.
Well, thank you, Your Honor. Actually, we're going to have a team of attorneys representing Aiden Fucci. We're glad you did that, Your Honor. It's a privilege to represent young Mr. Fucci.
The public defender says he expects his team to put in...
Really, could you be a little bit more disrespectful to the Bailey family? I mean, could you not have said that in a totally different way? You could have, but you didn't. And it just makes it sound like a joke. So how did they come to the charge of first-degree murder? I'm sure you would agree that based off of all of the evidence, that is why. And before you wonder, does first-degree murder, that usually means that the death penalty would be on the table? That is true if he were over the age of 18. He's a minor, so he can never be charged with the death penalty. He can never be put to death for this crime. And I think that made it a lot easier. Because had the death penalty been on the table, it may be a little bit different. I'm sure a lot of people would agree that they would like the death penalty on the table for this case, and to each their own. However, he was 14 at the time of the crime. He's 15 now. He's still a kid. And to say that he can't be rehabilitated, we can't say that. I mean, nobody knows the future. Crazier things have happened. So, so his hardest punishment that he is facing is life without the possibility of parole. Being that he is only 15 years old right now, that's a life without parole. That's pretty steep, and deservable in my opinion. However, if he is found to be eligible for parole and he gets life with the eligibility of parole, here we go with the blending of freaking words again. You should just expect that from now on in any of my videos. Just expect that at some point I'm going to be like, because my brain. Okay. If he is eligible for parole, that would happen at about the age of 25. He would be up for review, and they would see at that point whether or not to release him. And then they have reviews every so often. So it would mean that at some point he would probably get out. You know, I would think if a lot of people could help it, they would show up at these reviews and beg that this not happen. But again, this is the future. We don't know what can happen, okay? So here's some of the evidence that the grand jury had and that was presented. So obviously we know there are videos, there are posts showing his lack of empathy after this happened. He's basically laughing, he's joking, he's making comments. He doesn't seem to be very concerned. And even in that interview with his mother, how is it my problem? Like, dude, seriously? Not only if you weren't the number one suspect in this case, and there wasn't evidence to show that you're the number one suspect, supposedly you knew this girl. You were just with her last night. She's dead. Your reaction is, how's that my problem? Not, oh my God, you know? Witness statements from interviews. We still have more interviews that we're going to get into. I'm about to do the interview with his girlfriend. I will tell you that. So these witness statements, he told people he wanted to lure someone into the woods and stab them. He made several comments like this to people. He said he would kill someone in the next 30 days. Within this time frame. He had the conversation between, like I said, with him and his mother in the interview room. Like, come on, dude. You admitted that that was you holding your shoes because your feet hurt. Well, yeah. And, you know, so you are acknowledging that that is you in that footage. You are acting like you don't give a damn, even though supposedly you were just hanging out with her. Like, he admitted to his girlfriend that he heard voices in his head when he was angry. They would tell him he was worthless. They would tell him that he's a disappointment. And they would tell him to kill people when he was angry. He admitted to his girlfriend that he knew he needed help. His girlfriend said that as a joke, sometimes he would sneak up behind her with a knife and, you know, pretend to be cutting her. He told his cousin they were having a conversation one time, and he was like, we're probably both going to end up in jail one day. Me, probably for something big. So he's very, like, projective in what he thinks about his future, and he's very, very sure when he's talking to these people, his friends and girlfriend and cousin, that this is something he wants to do. Like, this is gonna happen. Like, I want to kill someone. I want to do it, and I'm gonna do it. Nobody took any of this seriously. Kind of goes to show how messed up he obviously was, to where they actually thought, like, he's just talking out of his ass. But clearly he wasn't. So many cases like this where kids are literally crying out for help and people are thinking, oh, he'll never do that, you know? We have to start taking this stuff seriously. If you see something, say something. That has been something that they have in schools now, and it should just be worldwide. If you see something, say something. Unfortunately, there are so many people sticking their nose into business where it doesn't belong, and you can possibly get someone into big trouble. So there's this fine line of, do I say something or do I not? And I understand that. And especially with kids, they feel this loyalty to their friends, and especially to their boyfriend or girlfriend, that they would not break this bond. You know, they feel just this loyalty to this person, and to them, this loyalty is everything. They're not thinking about their future. They're not thinking about the fact that they're only 13 and what about the rest of their life. You know, they're not thinking about these things, and we can't really expect them to. Their brains aren't there yet. They're not adults. They're kids. So please do not go to any of these people's social medias and spread hate or start talking shit to these people, because they don't deserve that. They are kids, okay? They aren't Aiden Fucci. They are Aiden Fucci's friends. And I think that if they knew that he was this screwed up and they really believed that he would do something like this, they probably would have said something. Don't know. That's speculation. I'm just saying. So, who is Aiden's girlfriend? Like I said in the last video, we're going to call her Z. So, Z advised, this is her interview with police. Z advised that she's in a relationship with Aiden. She said that he does have anger issues. And he hated the things that he did when he was angry. She said that she has seen Aiden be violent, like a time when he was supposed to buy a vape off of another student at school, But instead of paying for that vape, he beat the kid up and then took the vape. It sounds like some kids I went to school with, to be honest. Z said that Aiden always carried a knife on him wherever he would go. She described 2 of his most common knives carried. One was a gray and black folding knife with an orange skull on it, which he called Picker, and the second knife was that straight blade folding knife, Buck brand wooden brass handle, which he called Poker. Z said that she had a conversation with Aiden on her roof within the last month, during which Aiden said that he was going to murder someone, that he was going to plan it. He said he would find a random person and he would lure them into the woods and he would stab them. Z said that he was going to do that within the next month. Z said that Aiden told her, when asked what he would do after or how he wouldn't get caught, he said he would act innocent after the murder and continue killing people. He then said he would run away, he would make people believe that he was dead, and continue killing people. Z said she spoke with Aiden and Trey while they were in the back of the cop car. So when they were in the back of the cop car making those snaps, they did make some phone calls as well. One of them was to, or maybe she called him, this I don't know, but they talked. She said that she didn't know Aiden was with Tristyn until that point, but just that, she didn't know that they were together, but that Aiden told her, when they were, that he just walked with her towards his home. She left down her street to go home and he continued to go home. He told her though that he got home at 1. But then he also told her that they left at 1. So again, he's always just all over the place with his story, just from the start. Aiden told Z that Tristyn was not going to go home and was likely at a friend's house. Aiden also told her that if they end up arresting him for this, he's going to plead the 5th. And he does. So, he ain't lying. He wasn't lying about none of this. Okay, so interviews with the SVU detectives. So, SVU detectives talked to Aiden and Trey as well, and this is what they learned when interviewing them. Aiden stated that Tristyn could be with a drug dealer who's in his 20s that she communicates with through Snapchat, or she could be on a path over by the North Amenity Center, known for teen drug use. Aiden stated that Tristyn's friend, we'll call her S, would have more information. So let's talk about the interview with S then, real quick, before we continue. So they brought S in and they had an interview with her, or maybe they went to her home. S said yes, she was good friends with Tristyn, but they only talked and hung out at school. She last spoke with her on Friday, May 7th. S said Tristyn was hanging with a group of people who caused graffiti damage to the North Amenity Center sign, and during which one of the members of that group wrote Tristyn's name on the sign. Tristyn tried to scribble it out. She was very upset about it and very worried about getting caught. And this can show you, this girl is a good girl. She does not do things like this. This is not who she is. Definitely the people that she was starting to hang around with were influencing her in a negative way, in my opinion. S said that Tristyn had talked about running away and asked if she could stay at S's house. And the reason that she wanted to run away was always because of this sign. She was afraid of being caught for writing on a sign that much that she wanted to run away. S said that her parents would not allow this, but she did provide her address to Tristyn and said if you ever need a place to stay, you can come here. But as far as running away and living here, that can't happen. Tristyn and Trey didn't really talk in school due to being in different grades. So Trey was in 8th grade along with Aiden, and then they were in 7th. S stated that she knew Trey and Aiden. She did not like Aiden at all. When asked why, she described Aiden as being a bad kid, She said that he is the textbook definition of a numb kid. He has no feelings towards anyone, no feelings towards himself, unquote. She said his eyes always appeared glossy, describing them as having no meaning to them. She said Aiden is the type of person you would see as a murderer. He just doesn't care. As stated that Aiden would take girls into the woods and smoke marijuana and vape. She stated that she never hung out with Tristyn or Trey outside of school. She said that Tristyn told her that she was going to hang out with Aiden on Friday, but didn't want us to come because she had a bad feeling about it. I could speculate on that, but I'm trying to keep everything just flowing. As said that she didn't know what day specifically, but she did know that Tristyn, Trey, Aiden, and Z, Aiden's girlfriend, planned to hang out and smoke marijuana over the weekend. So there were plans to hang out, I guess. However, this sneaking out, that was a random kind of thing. That was not planned. Aiden called her, she decided to go, but that was not what the plans that she told us were. So you're probably wondering at this point, what is with this drug dealer? We have heard about this drug dealer several times. Is there a drug dealer? Was she buying drugs? I can't answer that. I don't know. However, this drug dealer named Carlo, who's in his 20s, he does exist. He's a 22-year-old, described as being 5'8" with dark hair and drives a big Ford F-150 pickup truck. His name is Carlo, and his address was identified as somewhere in Jacksonville. So when police finally, figured out who this guy was, they interviewed him. Of course, he said he didn't know who Tristyn was, and said nothing. He didn't know who she was, what they're talking about, or anything. He hasn't even been to St. Johns County in a while because his truck is broken and in the shop, so he had no way to even get there anyway. Police investigators revealed that the last time that Carlo was spotted in St. Johns County was May 1st. So a little over a week before this happened was the last time he was even in their town. So, and looking into everything else, they really looked into him, and he was cleared and excluded in this investigation. So, is there a drug dealer named Carlo? Yes, there is. Or is there a man, I should say, named Carlo? Yes, there is. Is he a drug dealer? I don't know. Is he Tristyn's drug dealer? I don't think so. Is he someone's drug dealer, possibly? Maybe the people that talked about him? I don't know. Do I think? I think I know. But anyway, so physical evidence. The physical evidence that the police found in Aiden's room was those white Nike shoes, a white t-shirt, a gray hoodie, blue jeans, all with blood on them. When the blood was tested, DNA results returned positive. Here we go. Positive that it was Tristyn's blood. And another place that Tristyn's blood was found that I feel like it doesn't get any clearer than this was the sink drain in Aiden Fucci's bathroom of his home. There were disturbing and graphic drawings of satanic images, including a pentagram. There were drawings of a nude female. The female had red X's over her breasts and her genitals, and also her arms had been ripped off and blood was coming from the wounds. They found 8 knives, a homemade shank, and an empty sheath. And later on, that empty sheath was shown to be the sheath for the murder weapon. So, we're going to go into surveillance from Sunday, May 9th. Now, this is surveillance that was taken from the cameras at and inside of Aiden Fucci's home. So, this is going to reveal what happened once he went inside. This is going to reveal things that were done in his home during that about 24-hour period after Tristyn was found, or after Tristyn was murdered. All right, so Aiden Fucci's home surveillance cameras captured the following. Now, Aiden lived with his mother and his mother's boyfriend. His name is M. So, 3:32 a.m., surveillance footage of Aiden carrying those white shoes with the black Nike swoosh logo. He's wearing blue jeans, the light hooded sweatshirt, and Aiden identified himself in this video, as I said earlier, when his parents asked him in that interview room when they were left alone, "Why are you carrying your shoes?" Aiden said, "Because my feet hurt and those shoes give me blisters." So we know that is him. What happened when he went inside? So surveillance captured Aiden went directly up to his bedroom on the second floor, adjacent to a bathroom. Aiden then went into the bathroom and exited shortly after, wearing what looked like a bathrobe. Then Aiden went into his room, and there was nothing else said during that point. Now you have to understand, they have everything, but there are reasons that they're not giving us that information, and that is clear. There's going to be a trial. They cannot give us everything. Honestly, it's not our business, to be real, but that is why there isn't everything. So we'll hear about some of this stuff when trial happens. I'm wondering if this trial is gonna be live. I would bet that it is. All right, shut up. Let's get on. Okay. So Aiden was observed sitting on the landing of the stairs, actively using his cell phone when Deputy Maloney arrived to the residence to pick Aiden up for questioning, which would coincide with what Trey said, where he said he FaceTimed Aiden and he told him, "Hey dude, cops are coming. Like, what happened? Expect them to be at your door." So, sitting on land. Okay. After Aiden left with the deputy, M and his cousin A, M is Crystal's boyfriend, and his cousin A followed the deputy. So Crystal Smith was left alone at the residence. She remained outside on the porch on her phone for about 20 minutes before returning inside the home. At about 12:55 p.m., after putting the family dog into the master bedroom, Crystal then goes upstairs directly to the bathroom adjacent to Aiden's bedroom, where she is observed picking up some things off the floor and walking inside Aiden's bedroom. 12:57 p.m., Crystal exits Aiden's bedroom holding a pair of jeans and went back into the adjacent bathroom. She appears to be scrubbing these jeans in the bathroom sink. Aiden's brother appears in the video observing Crystal scrubbing these jeans. 12:59 p.m., Crystal exits the bathroom, briefly steps into Aiden's bedroom, and then takes the jeans downstairs to the master bedroom. 1:01 p.m., Crystal appears to be wiping something off the floor at the bottom of the stairs with her feet. I will play this video. It is odd. They are down there messing with the bottom of these stairs for quite some time, and I don't know what was there, what she saw, but they're all gathered around this area. 1:05 p.m., V, which is A's wife, appears on the video, and Crystal and V, as well as Aiden's brother, all seem to be having a discussion. Crystal seems upset. Crystal's using her phone a lot during this time. At 1:14 p.m., Crystal retrieves the jeans again from the master bathroom or bedroom, and she and V seem to have a discussion about these jeans. She's holding them up, asking or talking to V about these jeans. A later interview with V states that Crystal asked if she could see anything on the jeans. That's what that exchange was about. And V said, well, I see a yellow stain on the back pocket. Like, why? Crystal informs her that, well, do they look like they have blood on them? And that she thought that they looked like they had blood on them, and that's why she scrubbed them clean and washed them. V told her she shouldn't have done that she can get in trouble for that. 1:19 p.m., Crystal returns the jeans again to the master bedroom, exits, continues her conversation with V, very upset. 1:25, M and A come home. M goes into the master bedroom with Crystal. A and V leave. At 1:27, they come, or A leaves. Never said whether or not V left or not, but A leaves. 1:27 p.m., M and Crystal come out of the master bedroom, and she goes and returns the jeans to Aiden's bedroom. So, what happened? I don't know. What do you think? So here's the video of that. This is that footage.
Fucci is taken by the sheriff and taken away. That is his mom walking around. They have a nice house. Mom is walking and looking around, going upstairs, wondering what she's going to do upstairs. All right, now she arrives upstairs. Yeah, maybe she's gathering some laundry, has some clothes or something that she's got to grab. Goes into, it looks like a little bathroom. And again, this is after the murder. Mom cleaning up a little bit. Picks up some clothes there. And wait for it. Looks like she's got a pair of jeans. Now, it wasn't super clear from the video. It seemed like Aiden Fucci may have been wearing a pair of jeans. So what exactly is she doing with those jeans? Is she washing them? Now, that's not Aiden Fucci there. That's going to be a sibling that is in the video. Again, realize at this point, her son has just been taken away by sheriffs, and a young girl was found murdered in the neighborhood, stabbed 114 times. And now mom is busy, just out of, okay. They look like they might be a little wet right now. And goes out of sight there for a moment. And now walking with a lump of jeans. Now we pick it up going down the stairs, and appears to be going maybe to a garage or somewhere else. So what did we just witness here? What is mom? Again, there's no audio of this video. You just got the images. And again, this is the Fucci home security system. And it looks like they're taking some time right there near the bottom of the steps. Another little tyke walking around. And it looks like they're cleaning the floor, kind of where mom was just walking. And I wonder what was on the floor there. Bernarda, that's kind of significant, right? If this woman saw maybe something red in nature, or maybe just some dripping there, that might get us closer to what was being done to those jeans, perhaps.
Yeah, absolutely. But Vinny, I will tell you this, because they have the recordings from inside of the home, there is so much more evidence, especially when you're thinking they're going to have the recordings from the
wait, here comes mom. Here comes mom, Bernarda. Here comes mom with the pants. Look at that. She's showing them. They look clean, right? I don't understand what's going on here.
I'm going to tell you that all you have to do, the prosecutor is going to start following it. That's what they're going to do. They have surveillance video that's going to be ongoing 24 hours. So as long as you spend many hours looking at the video, you can be able to track where those pants went. And just remember what
she's got the pants in her hand again. She's got the pants in her hand. She's on the phone now. Maybe getting some advice what to do with the pants. We got to check the cell phone records now. Find out who's right?
Absolutely. I mean, they got a search warrant for the house. That's how they were able to get the video I mean, from the looking at the video, my next step will be to get the phone call records to see who was it that she called.
I wonder what they're talking about. But she's putting the pants back in this other room, and we're not sure what that other room is, but it's not, I don't think it's Aiden's room. I think it's kind of where you walk in and out of the house, perhaps the garage. Oh, here comes the other woman giving it another look.
Mm-hmm. These are very important pants, Vinny. What a conversation.
You think we need to put them in another spin cycle here? What do we have to do?
Wear those pants wet. And just remember what
Right, she's got the pants in her hand again.
Pants?
She's got the pants in her hand. She's on the phone now. Maybe getting some advice what to do with the pants. We got to check the cell phone records now. Find out who's right?
Absolutely. I mean, they got a search warrant for the house. That's how they were able to get the video. I mean, from the looking at the video, my next step will be to get the phone call records to see who was it that she called.
I wonder what they're talking about. But she's putting the pants back in this other room, and we're not sure what that other room is, but it's not, I don't think it's Aiden's room. I think it's kind of where you walk in and out of the house, perhaps the garage. Oh, here comes the other woman giving it another look.
Mm-hmm. These are very important pants, Vinny. What a conversation.
You think we need to put them in another spin cycle here? What do we have to do? Yeah. Let's look at their body language a little bit. And, oh, wait. Did she just
Pointing at the camera.
She just pointed at the camera. We've got a camera there. Oh,
again.
Yeah. Is that a little consciousness there, Brian? We just remembered we have an in room. That's that little room where the jeans went, I think. Wonder what they're talking about. Another potential witness. All these people could be subpoenaed to testify about what exactly were you doing.
And Vinny, I think you just said it right. I wonder what they're talking about. And that's why the trial's going to be a very long trial. And all of these things, these witnesses
the jeans are going back
gonna
upstairs.
have to come forward.
Jeans are coming back upstairs, Ian.
I understand.
Is that good? Is that good or bad?
Well, the more that you see these jeans treated like more than a pair of bloody jeans, of course, it does not get better for the defense. But I still cannot jump to just insert that she was aware of why these jeans were bloody. Now, maybe by the time the prosecution gets through their trial, I assume they're going to have an answer for that. They know they've got to make that link. But Bernarda was a great prosecutor. She knows perfectly well, Bernarda,
Thank you,
that if
Ian.
you couldn't prove that she was aware of the crime, bloody jeans don't mean anything. Correct?
But you got to think the cops arrested Aiden. So in order to arrest a 14-year-old, the cops must have told her.
So Crystal Smith is arrested for evidence tampering. She is arrested on June 5th of 2021. She has a lawyer. She hasn't spoken about this. She is pleading not guilty. Her bond was set for $25,000. She has bonded out, paying the 10% of $2,500, and she is at home waiting for her next court date, which happens to be the same court date as Aiden's on February 2nd of 2022. So there's a couple of videos of court appearances from Aiden. We have a Zoom call where he appears to be looking for an insanity defense. He's looking around. He's talking about demons taking his soul and he won't let them. I may have bought it if it weren't for the little hair flip that he did at the end, which is usually a very conscious thing that people do. So here's that video.
What you got going on? I don't know how you demons. I don't know how you demons take my soul. You demons want to take my soul away. I don't know how you demons take my soul. I don't even know what's going on. I see your face. What's going on? What you got going on? Why am I here? I just want to talk about your head. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
And in his most recent appearance, he looked completely different. His head is shaved. He seemed to be, I'm going to show you the footage, but to me it looked like he was smiling under that mask. He walked with a very confident swagger into that courtroom. In my opinion, he looks like he knows he has a fan base, and because he does have a fan base, he looks like he wants to play the role for his fans. In my opinion, there are many free Aiden groups circulating the internet. There's over 50 just on Instagram alone. There are fangirls galore. These girls just are head over heels for this kid. And it's like, I don't understand it. Why? Like, I get that girls want a bad boy and whatever. This kid murdered a girl. He stabbed this girl 114 times. Now, I was laying in bed last night and I started thinking 114 times. How much is that? I mean, we could take a moment of silence right now for 114 seconds. It's a long time. You want to do it? Let's do it. All right? We're going to count to 114. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I'm only at 30. Where are you? Do we want to go to 114? No. Think about that. Think about that. We stopped our silence at 30. He kept going. 114. That is a long time that he spent stabbing her. And every time he lifted up his arm and brought it back down again was more intent. And he has fangirls.
Aiden Fucci looked around as he entered the courtroom Thursday, his hands and feet shackled and his head shaved. Family members of victim Tristyn Bailey sat in the audience. Fucci sat apart from other inmates ahead of his hearing. He looked around the courtroom, but not frantically, like he did in a...
Now, his next appearance is February 2nd of 2022. I will definitely be watching that. I will fill you guys in on that. Now, there are about 250 witnesses to this case, so there's a lot, and which there already has been a lot. But this is the last video, so we'll be done after this. And so the next time I talk to you guys about this case, it's going to be with more new information. So there's also a phone call, or some phone calls, from an inmate at the jail where Aiden is being held, where another inmate, there are some recorded calls, so I don't know what they are. They're obviously, the prosecution has them and they're going to be using them. So this guy goes by the name of Freddie Pandy, and he is going to be questioned as well. So the pretrial hearing is set for October 28th of 2022. And then they want to do the actual trial sometime before the end of 2022. So I have so much to say about this case, but mainly it's tragic. I don't understand the backwards clothing. I don't understand the handprints. There was no sexual assault found there was no evidence of that. So I'm not sure if that just went through the pants or what the deal was. There's just so much about this case that I just wonder. Yet at the same time, the one thing I don't question is who did it. And yes, he is innocent until proven guilty. The evidence is just so great. And he has not once said that he didn't do it. So one thing I know for certain, or I feel I know for certain, is who did this, and that they have the right person in jail right now for this crime. I'm gonna leave you guys with that. I need to bring some more Ethan Crumbley stuff has gone on. I'm gonna update you guys on that, and I kind of want to do a little more deeper dive into the Gabby Petito Brian Laundrie, because there are some things going around right now, and I'm not sure. But I have always had a question about him being connected to the Moab murders. So if you're familiar with that case, you can expect some things about those two cases coming up. All right, talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you already are subscribed. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you. And I hope you guys have a great week. And I will see you guys soon.